Okay, Judge, I think we're ready.
Okay, very good. Well, welcome everyone this afternoon to the city of just before we get started, I just want to remind everyone that there is no recording of these proceedings, so do not try to record the proceedings. Also, what I'm going to do as individual, I'm going to give you 3 phone numbers that you're going to need to phone, because after we so they can give you some final instructions and do whatever needs to be made. First number, which is for the courthouse, is area code 10-837-8104. The second number is 210-648-4923, and that is to City Hall.
Okay, Judge, and it's just going to be those first 2.
Those first 2. Okay,
Yes.
Very good. Okay, so after we're done with your case and after we release you, it's important that you call one of those 2 numbers, probably the first one first, and just get some final instructions and take care of any obligation that you have. Okay. First of all, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and advise you of certain rights that everyone has. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to inform you that the cases that we hear in this court are Class C misdemeanors, which means that they are criminal in nature. Do we have somebody else show up, Clarissa?
Yeah, we have 2 people. I just need to get their name real quick, Judge.
Are you hearing some noise here?
I'm hearing a lot of background noise. I'm not sure where it's coming from. I don't know if somebody has something too high or. Okay, the number ending with 956. What is your name?
Jay Martinez.
Jay Martinez is number 6, Judge.
Kevin Goodhue.
Oh, Jay Martinez? You were already in. Did you get kicked out somehow?
I don't believe so.
No, that's the number. That's not you, Mr. Martinez.
Oh, my apologies.
Okay, the number ending in 956. What is your name?
Eric Conlon.
Eric Conlon. Okay. Oh, you might be calling in.
Not here.
He's on the 130 docket.
Okay, yes. You wanna keep it in, Marissa?
Probably. Deb. Okay, so that's Eric Conlon. Because if they call in, they're going to have to call back to this meeting number anyway.
Nine two two.
Okay, and the number ending in 922. Does somebody on here have a phone number ending in 922?
Is there 8922?
Yes.
752-5922. 95922.
It says 922. It just says 922 on here. And what is your
Okay,
name?
yeah, I guess that'll be me. Goodhue, Kevin?
Kevin Goodhue is number 7.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Oh, where is he at?
he's on the bottom of the page, toward the bottom on 1 o'clock docket.
Okay, okay. That's Luke Caleb Donald? Is that
He's,
Luke?
yeah, it's Kevin Goodhue right above him.
Oh, I see him, okay. All right, so he's number 7. Anybody else?
That's it.
Okay, very good. Okay, let's go ahead and resume where we're at. Like I mentioned earlier, these cases we handle at this level are Class C misdemeanors, which means that it affords you certain rights. Now, as we proceed through the docket today, I'm going to ask you how you wish to plead. And the three pleas that you need to be concerned with is your plea of guilty, where you admit the charges, not guilty, where you deny the charges, and no
Yeah.
contest, where you neither want to fight it, so you're not admitting it nor denying
Okay, thank you.
no contest. There are certain rights that you will be giving up, and I want to go over those rights right now. Under the Constitution, you have a right to have a trial by judge or by jury. So if you plead guilty or no contest, you're giving up that right. You also have the right to remain silent. You do not have to say anything that would be incriminating. So if you plead guilty or no contest, you're giving up that right. Now, the state has to prove the case against you, and that's the reason that you're not obligated to give any kind of incriminating statements like pleading guilty or no contest. You also have the right to cross-examine the state's witnesses with regard to the violation itself. And you also have the right to bring in witnesses to testify on your behalf with regard to the citation. So once again, these are very important rights. And if you plead guilty or no contest, you will be giving up your rights. Now, those individuals that wish to plead not guilty, we can afford you a trial in front of a judge or a jury. If you wish to have your case tried in front of a judge, we will set that case on a non-jury docket. And we'll send you notice of that. And it's very important that you show up for your trial, because if you do not, there will be a warrant issued for your arrest. For those individuals that are requesting a jury trial. Now, that's normally going to take a little longer. And of course, a jury is where we bring in citizens from the city of China Grove who will sit in judgment. You have a right to have a jury decide the case, not only with regard to guilt or innocence, but also with respect to paying any or assessing any fine. Okay, but that is your right. Now, it's hard to make use of that is to address any legal issues that need to be addressed before the actual trial. It's very important that you show up for that setting, because if you do not, there will be a warrant issued for arrest. The second setting is the actual trial, and that's we bring individuals from this. It's important that you show up for that, but you may be assessed the cost for setting up the jury trial. So theoretically, let's say, for example, you missed your jury trial. We had to do it all over again. We had a jury trial. The jury finds you not guilty, but then you're facing a big bill because you didn't show up the first time. And the thing I'm trying to emphasize here is to just make sure you don't miss any of your court dates, especially your trial. Okay, now, so those are certain rights that you have. Okay, so please take those very seriously. Now, is there anyone here, and let me check my docket here, but we don't have anybody that has a CDL. Now, with respect to individuals under the age of 25, and we have a few. Now, under the law, if you're under the age of 25 and you wish to have your case dismissed, you will be required to take a defensive driving class. Okay, that will keep the moving violation off your record, or any other type of violation off your record. Now, for everyone else, there's two ways to get a ticket dismissed. One, which is the less expensive way, is to take a defensive driving class. In that situation, what you would do is you would pay the court cost, and that's all you would pay your court. However, you would have to make contact with a school, and you can do that on either live or on the internet, or a video if you can find one. And that's a separate fee, and you're responsible for that to whatever school you're attending. And you're also required to get a copy of your driving record from DPS, from the Department of Public Safety. Now that's going to run you about $10 if you do it by mail or in person, $12 if you do it over the internet. If you turn those two sets of documents, your certificate of completion of the driving class and your driving history, and you turn it in timely, then the case will be dismissed and it does not get reported to the Department of Public Safety. Now, if you're not interested in defensive driving, but you still want to see what your options are with respect to getting a ticket dismissed, we have what's known as deferred disposition. And just another word for deferred disposition is probation. Now, deferred disposition is discretionary with the court. I can grant it, or I don't have to grant it if I don't want to. However, if I do, you will be charged a special expense fee. You will be placed on probation anywhere from 1 day to 180 days. And as long as you comply with all the terms of your deferred, then the case gets dismissed. And once again, it doesn't get reported to the Department of Public Safety. Okay, so that's something that you may want to just keep in mind. Now, if you're here and all you want to do is you want to pay the fine or fines and you don't have the money, let us know. We will do the paperwork. We will give you 30 days to pay the fine or fines. If you pay them within the 30 days, then you've satisfied your obligation. However, if you go beyond the 30 days, you will be put on a time payment plan, and that would be a monthly payment plan. However, there is a time payment fee that goes along with that. For certain individuals, the individuals that have 3 or more tickets, we have in the courtroom, in the virtual courtroom, we have Mr. John Mead, who represents the state of Texas. Those individuals that have 3 or more tickets will be put in a breakout room, and hopefully y'all would be able to reach some type of a plea bargain agreement. If you reach a plea bargain agreement, we'll come back into court. We'll go ahead and read it into the record. If you cannot reach an agreement, then we'll go ahead and just go forward before the court. And at that point, you have to let me know if you're going to plead guilty, no contest, or not guilty. Please understand that Mr. Mead represents the state of Texas. He does not represent you. So if you have any questions about the consequences of not complying with probation, just go ahead and ask him, and I'm sure he'll let you know exactly what potentially could happen. Okay, at this time, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and call the individuals that have not shown up yet. And those individuals, I'm going to mark it as no-shows, and we will issue a pre-warrant notice on them. First of all is Audrey Esquivel in the courtroom.
Judge, can I interrupt for one moment?
Yes.
I have one more person that I admitted. I just need to find out who it is.
Okay, go right ahead.
Okay, the person calling from the last 3 digits of the phone number 364. Can I get your name? The person calling from the last 3 digits of 364. Can I get your name?
Oh, Justin
What's your last name, sir?
Cortez. I got disconnected.
Okay, let me go ahead and name you on here again. I'm sorry.
Number 5.
Okay, and Judge and John, we also have Johnny Cook on the docket for 1 o'clock. And he has called in and he's taking a driving safety course. He's paid already with Judy.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
Okay, anything else, Clarissa?
Yeah,
Ready to go?
yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, for those individuals that are here for the docket, I'm going to raise your right hand, okay? And if you do decide to enter a plea of guilty or no contest, I want to go ahead and make sure that we administer your oath. So if you raise your right hand. Okay, can I see some right hands on the end of there we go. Okay, everybody on the phone, do you have your hands raised? Okay, I'm going to take the silence that you do. Okay, do you swear that the testimony you're about to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, thank you. You can go ahead and put your hand. Okay, what we're going to do is that we have, let me see here. Okay, we have Edgar Vizzacari Jr. has 3 violations. Mr. Vizicari, we're going to go ahead and send you into a breakout room so you can visit with the prosecutor. Okay?
Sir,
All
yes,
right, just
yes.
stand by and there
Your
will
Honor.
be a breakout room.
And
Hello?
that's Edgar
We're supposed to be
Vizcarra.
With Farah Jr.
I've already visited that room when I've been there.
Were y'all able to reach any type of agreement?
Well, I got everything straightened out, sir.
He reset you, so we'll have to send you in there to make sure that y'all are on the same page, sir.
Okay,
All right,
okay.
all right, very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's start on the docket right now. First case is going to be J. Anthony Martinez. Mr. Martinez, are you there? Okay, I can see you. Mr. Martinez, you're charged with the offense of drove without lights. To that charge, sir, how do you plead? Mr. Martinez, can you hear me? Okay, we have him on mute, it looks like.
There we go.
Mr. Martinez, can you hear me? Okay, Clarissa, for some reason I cannot hear Mr. Martinez.
I wonder if he's having technical difficulties. I have somebody else I just admitted, somebody with the last name 896, I mean, the last digits of their phone number 896.
Yes, hello?
Yes, what is your name, sir?
Miguel Juan?
Miguel Juan Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, he's number 8.
I don't say use their last name.
Okay, all right, Mr. Martinez, can you hear me, sir?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Martinez, I cannot hear you. Do you have us on mute? Okay, I show him on mute, Clarissa.
You show him on mute. No, he's not on mute.
Hello?
Oh,
Mr. Martinez, can you hear the judge?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Yes,
Now
there
we
you
can hear you.
Okay,
Okay,
I had to grab a different headset, but okay, I'm good.
all right. Mr. Martinez, you're charged with the offense of driving without light. To that charge, sir, how do you plead? Okay, Clarissa, do you show him on mute?
No, I don't.
Mr. Martinez, can you hear me, sir?
I wonder if his phone's just cutting out.
I cannot hear you.
I hear a lot of background noise.
It's hard enough in person. I'm long. All this.
no, I guess you gotta put up with it or they put out another warrant.
Mr. Martinez?
Yes, sir.
That's why they're letting everybody in now. It's all in the batch, right?
Okay, Clarissa, can we mute Mr. Kevin Goodo? Thank you.
Good Hugh, yes, sir.
Okay, hold on, sir. Okay, Mr. Martinez, back to you. To the charge of driving without the light, sir, how do you plead?
I would like to plead not guilty.
Not guilty, okay? Okay, sir, did you want a trial in front of a judge or a jury?
The judge is fine, sir.
Judge is fine. Okay, so what we're gonna do, sir, is reset on a non-jury.
Okay.
Okay, and let me. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and review, and then I need Clarissa, you need to call Mr. Martinez to call that number. Non-jury docket. Clarissa, can you hear me?
I'm sorry, I'm getting so much background noise, I'm having a hard time hearing. Okay, so he's wanting to be set up on a non-jury.
Yes. You want him to call the court for, or we'll get back in touch with him?
Yes, sir. Please call us and we'll go ahead. You know what, actually, give me your phone numbers. Well, Let me make sure I have a phone number for you. Just one moment. Mr. Martinez, is the number ending in 396 a good number for you?
Yes, it is.
Okay, we'll call you at that number to make sure we have all your right information and to send you some forms that you'll need to sign one of them and get it back to us and let you know of your date, okay?
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Mr.
sir.
I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you, sir, so you can go ahead and cut out now.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, the next case is Ayla Faith Swindells. Ms. Swindells, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, Ms. Swindell, you are under the age of 25, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you're being charged with the offense of speeding 74 in the 60. And to that charge,
Yes,
how do
sir.
you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty? Okay. And what is it that you wanted to do with your ticket, ma'am?
I wanted to ask for deferred adjudication, please.
Okay. Well, now keep this in mind, because you're under the age of 25, you will be required to do a defensive driving class. Now, I can consider deferred disposition, but it's going to cost you more money. Whereas if you go under your mandatory right, it'll be less money with potentially the same results.
Yes, sir. I actually already completed defensive driving and I sent in the certificate. What else would I need to do?
Well, this is the thing here. You're not supposed to take the class until you've paid the court cost. Okay.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. Can you pay the court cost today?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
Now, have you requested your driving record?
Not yet.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Go ahead and when I release you, I want you to call that first number that I gave you, okay, and tell them.
Actually, can you repeat the number, please? Because it was cutting in and out and I could barely hear it.
Okay, the number is 210-837-3704.
I'm still cutting in and out. I'm sorry. It's like background noise.
Yeah, I hear it too.
Okay.
Can you hear me? It's 210-837-3701.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
It's not, I gave you the wrong number. It's 3704.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so Ms. Wendell, what we're going to do is this. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and allow you to take the defensive driving class, but just next time, whether it's in our court or anywhere else, and hopefully there won't be a next time, but if you do, always request defensive driving before you actually take the class, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grant it. After I release you, I want you to call the clerk, tell them that you're going to pay the court cost, okay? And then before the end of 90 days, you need to make sure you get in your certificate of completion as well as a copy of your driving class. I'm sorry, a copy of your driving record.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any questions?
All right. No, sir. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and release you, but make sure that you call the clerk, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, the next case is Lindsay Grace J. Pineda. Ms. Pineda, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I have you on the phone, so if you can't hear me, just let me know, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, Ms. Pineda, you have two cases. One, having a license invalid or suspended. For that charge, how do you plead?
For that charge, I plead guilty.
Okay, and you also have a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, and Ms. Pineda, what is it that you wanted to do with these cases?
If I'm able to, I'd like to do deferred adjudication.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of questions. Why is your license invalid or suspended?
My license is suspended due to previous court costs that I'm actually paying on currently.
Alrighty. Now, are those surcharges or what fees are you paying?
They're tickets, sir. They're old tickets that I'm paying on.
Okay, all right, very good. Okay, now with regard to the possession of drug paraphernalia, can you tell me what paraphernalia you had on you?
I believe what they had was a grinder, and I believe that was it.
Okay, all right. Is this the first time you've picked up this type of information?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's talk about the possession charge first. What I'm going to do is go ahead and place you on deferred.
You said undeferred?
I'm sorry?
You said undeferred, I'm sorry?
Yeah, I'm going to place you on deferred disposition, which is probation, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and what I'm going to assess in terms of the special expense fee is $325. Okay?
That's for the driving while license invalid, Judge?
I'm going to do that one next.
Oh, okay, so this, the 325 is for the possession?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and place you on deferred 90 days.
Did you say 180?
I'm sorry, what was that, Judge? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I'm going to place you on deferred for 90 days.
Okay.
All right, now, can you pay that today?
I cannot pay it today, but I can pay it next Friday.
Next Friday, okay. All right, what I'm going to do is this. What, let's go ahead and take care of the driving while license is valid at the same time. Are you asking for deferral on that one?
Correct.
Okay, what I'm going to do on the driving while license suspended is I'm going to go ahead and place you on deferred for 90 days. And I'm going to assess a deferred fee of $200. And I'm also going to add a condition that you not drive while your license is valid or suspended.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're looking at $325 and $250. How much time do you have? I mean, how much time do you need to take care of those?
To make the full payment, I would be able to do so next Friday.
On both of them?
You said for the driving with for the suspended, it's $250, correct?
Correct.
And then for the possession, it's $325.
That's correct.
Yes, that's correct, sir.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to do, Ms. Pineda. I'm going to reset your case for 30 days. Now, if you come in next Friday and you take care of them, well, then you comply, okay? At least with the money portion of it. But if for some reason you don't, by that time, you're going to have to be back in court in 30 days.
Okay.
Okay? But like I said,
yes, sir.
If you come in next Friday and take care of them, just take care of the financial part, and all you have to do is comply with 90 days.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Pineda, do you have any?
No, sir, I don't have any questions.
Okay, now, did you write down those numbers, those telephone numbers that we gave out?
I actually did already have them.
Okay, very good. Well, after I release it, I want you to call those numbers and I'll give you a reset date.
Okay.
Okay? You have it?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Clarissa, you want to get John Mead and the, let me.
Bring him back in. Okay, and for Miss Pineda, Judge, I'm sorry, there was so much background noise. I could not hear what you were saying to her, but I think you said you're resetting her for 30 days to pay?
No, we're gonna reset her 30 days.
Okay,
But she has to pay by next Friday. If she
Friday.
not pay by next Friday, then she has to be back in court in 30 days.
okay.
And then you got the
Okay,
check
you
heard,
want me
right?
to close the breakout room for Mr. Vizcarra?
And we're all back.
Oh, y'all are back already? Okay. Do you want me to bring him back right now?
He's back. He just
He is
muted.
back. I've got him there on the screen.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, so let's unmute him.
Gosh, I
All right,
don't see him.
there you go, right under me. Are you back in the courtroom, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Mead, were you able to reach an agreement?
Yes, we were, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. Vizcarra, Mr.
There he
is
is.
going to read the terms of the plea bargain agreement into the record. And you let me know if that is the understanding of the agreement, okay?
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
what do we have?
Failed to maintain financial responsibility. Case number 201-76547. State recommends 6 months deferred, $366 special expense fee, condition maintain financial responsibility.
And how much was the deferred fee?
366. Yeah, $366.
Okay, Mr. Vizcarra, is that your understanding, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
And then, as we have in the past, Your Honor, if he is pleading to fail to maintain financial responsibility, then the state has no choice but to dismiss the failure to provide evidence of financial responsibility.
Okay, so then
In that case,
he dismissed. Is that your understanding, Mr. Vizcarra?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, Mr. Mead?
violate driver's license restriction,
Okay,
plea of no contest, fine in court costs $192.
okay, now say that again.
Plea of no contest, violate driver license restriction. That's cause number 201-76545. Fine in court costs $192.
Okay, now is that a straight fine?
Straight plea.
Okay, now you understand, Mr. Vizcarra, was that your understanding, sir?
Yes, sir. But what is that one on? What is the charge? The charge on?
That's to violate the driver's license restriction.
Okay. Yes, sir. Because
Now,
I
Mr.
think
Mead, you understand, you understand, Mr. Mead, that by being found guilty, the state to suspend his driver's license.
Pardon me?
I can't hear you, sir. It's breaking up.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Mead and Mr. Vizcarra, do you understand, and was it discussed that by paying a fine, it's going to be a conviction, the DPS may suspend his driver's license?
No, sir.
Okay. Mr. Mead, can you hear me? Mr. Mead? Okay, is he frozen, Clarissa?
I don't know what happened to him? It's showing him still in the meeting. I don't see him. It just blacked out.
I have him frozen.
I mean,
Because all we talked about, Your Honor, was I had fixed my address, but I wasn't able to go get the restriction taken off yet because I had already completed the ticket, the certificate to go complete it, but I just can't go turn it in because the DMV is not open right now.
Okay, Mr. Vizcarra, before you go further, Mr. Mead, for some reason, it's frozen. We need to get him back on live.
Okay.
I'm
Mr.
back.
Mead, can you hear me now?
I don't know what happened, but
there you are.
so what I'm doing, Your Honor, in this case is I'm going to direct you to 30 days deferred for the same fee.
On the driver's license restriction,
Yes, 30 days deferred.
okay, and what, 30 days, and what was the food fee again?
$192.
Okay, okay, Mr. Becerra, do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir, but I don't understand the part that you were describing that it would put my driver's license on.
Okay, let me explain that to you. If I were to accept your no contest plea or your guilty plea and I find you guilty, okay, we are obligated to report that to the state of Texas. If we do that, then that may suspend your driver's license, or DPS may suspend your driver's license. So in order for that not to happen, Mr. Mead is recommending a 30-day deferred, which means that as long as you don't pick up a similar case, then that case gets dismissed and they will not suspend your driver's license.
Okay.
Okay? Do you have any questions about that, sir?
And that was on what charge?
That was on the violate driver's license restriction.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right,
I
Mr.
understand.
Do you have any questions about that, Mr. Becerra?
No, sir.
Okay. And finally, Mr. Mead, with regard to the failure report change of name or address,
Well, Mr. Vizcarra changed it. He did do the change of name immediately after, change of address immediately after he got the ticket. He sent me the license, and I'm gonna take that into consideration and recommend that be dismissed.
okay, so that'll wind up being dismissed. I'll take it into consideration. Is there any dismissal fee connected with that?
Oh, no, Your Honor.
No? Okay, so we're gonna waive the okay. Now, Mr. Vizcarra, Mr. Mead has read the terms of the agreement into the record, and is that your understanding of the agreement, sir?
Yes, sir. Just I would be just taking the 2 charges, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so therefore, with regard to the violation, the driver's license restriction violation, sir, it's my understanding that you're entering a plea of no contest, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you doing that freely and voluntarily?
I'm sorry?
Mr. Vizcarra, are you doing that freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and did anybody promise you anything or threaten you or coerce you to enter a plea of no contest to that charge?
No, sir.
Okay, now with regard to the, and I'm gonna go ahead and accept the plea of no contest. With regard to failure to maintain financial responsibility, it's my understanding, sir, that you also wish to enter a plea of no contest, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, are you doing that freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Okay, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or coerced you into a plea of no contest?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, Clarissa, did y'all get all that?
I believe that it's going to be a final conviction on the violate DL restriction
No.
for $192.
No,
No,
Deferred.
it'll be a deferred
that is going to be deferred. Okay,
for 30 days.
deferred for how many days?
30 days.
30 at 192 still?
Correct.
Okay,
And then we're doing a deferred on the insurance ticket, failure to maintain insurance. Or
but 366?
correct?
266,
3,
200.
266.
Okay, 200. Okay, and then it'd be 6 months deferred and maintain insurance.
Okay, and we're dismissing the other 2 violations.
We're dismissing the failure to report change of name and address
With no fee?
and, no, they're waiving the,
Okay,
and then a dismissal of evidence of financial responsibility.
very good.
Okay, Mr. Vizcarra, I'm about
Yes,
to
sir.
release you. After I release you, sir, if you would call one of those 2 numbers. Now, are you going to be able to pay these fees today, sir?
No,
You
sir.
would not. Okay. Can you pay the court cost?
What was the court cost?
The court cost on one of them is, well, actually, it's there $81 each. So that'd be what, 162?
162.
Okay, can you pay 162 today? Sir?
Yes, sir. And what was the total cost?
Well, it's gonna be a total of, okay, we're looking at 192 plus 266.
458.
So you're gonna pay the court cost today, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you 30 days to pay the difference on the violate driver's license restriction. Okay, so you're gonna pay 80 today. Okay, and then the balance in 30 days. And then with regard to the insurance ticket, you're gonna pay the $81 today. I'm gonna give you 90 days to pay the balance. You got that, Mr. Viscara?
Okay, so today I'm paying the 162, and then the difference after that is what I'll be paying
Yes.
in. Okay.
Yeah, one of them will be due in 30 days and the other in 90 days.
Okay, sir. And what were the two
Okay,
numbers
any-
you said to call?
Okay, the number is 210-837-3704. And then the second number is 210-648-4923.
And these were the numbers to get the payments and everything set up?
Yes, and all the paperwork and further instructions.
Okay, sir.
Okay, if you don't have any other question, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Judge, you gave him 30 days to pay the balance on the violate DL restriction and 90 days on the insurance?
correct.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
Okay, so let's go on to Justin Raymond Cortez. Mr. Cortez, can you hear me?
Oh, he might be muted. Let me see. Okay,
Mr. Cortez?
Muted.
okay.
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hold on. Let me move that here.
So I'm free to leave?
Yes, sir, Mr. Viscara, you're free to go. Just call those numbers.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mr. Cortez, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, Mr. Cortez, you've been charged with offense of no commercial driver's license. And it's my understanding that you're under the age of 25, is that correct?
Yes, sir. About that ticket, sir. The officer had scratched it out and put no violation because at the time he gave me the ticket, he didn't weigh my truck that I was driving. I drive a box truck. I deliver appliances, and my truck doesn't require a CDL.
Okay, Mr. Cortez, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and allow you to visit with Mr. Neal. I'm going to put you in the break room. And you go ahead and explain
Can you
all
get?
that.
All righty, sir. All right.
Okay, so let's sit tight. We're going to put you in the break room.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in. Okay, Clarissa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, now who do we have as number 6?
Number 6, we have Eric Conlon. He has 3 violations.
Mr. Conlon.
Hello?
Where, Mr. Conlon, hold on.
He's from the 130 docket.
Oh, okay, all right, let me get that docket. 130, okay, Mr. Conlon, let me find you here, sir.
He should be on the top of the second page.
Okay, very good. Now, he has three violations.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Conlon, can you hear me, sir?
Sir. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Conlon, we're gonna ask you to talk to the prosecutor.
Oh, you're
because you have-
cutting in and out. I don't hear you at all.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I'm getting nothing out of you, man. You're coming in choppy.
Okay. Okay. tell me if this is better. Can you hear me a little better
Okay,
now?
yeah, there we go. Yeah, I
Okay,
got you.
okay, Mr. Conlon, if you'll sit tight, since you have 3 violations, we're gonna let you talk to the prosecutor, see if y'all can work something out. Okay?
All right.
Okay, so just
Sure.
sit tight. All right. Clarissa, let's make sure you tell Mr. Mead that he's on the 1:30 docket.
Okay,
Okay, so let's go ahead and go to Kevin Patrick Goodhue. Mr. Goodhue, can you hear me? I've got
he
him.
might be muted. Let me unmute him. Okay.
Mr. Goodhue, he's back to mute.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Goodhue, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
I'd like to try the number 7.
Yes, you're number 7. And you're next.
Well, no, I'd like to try that one. The one on the ways to ultimately have your ticket or citations dismissed.
Okay, so you want to enter a plea of not guilty, is that correct?
Well, I mean, I'd like to get this taken care of.
Yes or no?
What, I mean, how do I get it taken care of?
Okay.
I'd
this
like
is-
to get it, ultimately have it dismissed.
Okay, Mr. Goodhue, the only person that has the authority to move for dismissal is Mr. Mead, who's the prosecutor. If you sit tight, he's visiting with one other person, but we'll let you talk to him and see if what he's willing to do.
Okay. I'd just like to get it taken care of as easily as possible.
Okay.
So,
How much is it?
I mean, maybe how much would it cost just to pay it?
Well, it depends. If you just want to pay the fine, it's $240. Say, now, if you want to ultimately dismiss, you can do defensive driving, or you can do probation. But that's going to run you into some money.
Okay, yeah, I'd like. Oh, is that right? Well, yeah. That's one of the problems too, is money. So, actually, I think he got the wrong car, but I'm not going to try it right now. So, how do I talk to about the driver's defensive driving? You said.
Yes. Okay. Let me explain that to you. If you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, you can take a defensive driving class, and what the way that works is that your case will be reset for 90 days. In that 90-day period, you are required to take a defensive driving class, and you're required to get a copy of your driving record, and you turn that in at the end of the 90 days. And if you do everything, then the case will be dismissed. Now, as far as cost is concerned, what you would do is you would pay the court cost of $134, and that's
It's 144, Judge.
144. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It would be 144, and then whatever school you select, you pay them, and they normally run about $50. And then your copy for your driving record, it's either $10 if you do it by mail or in person, $12 if you do it online. Okay, and if you complete everything and you paid everything, then the case will be dismissed.
Okay, that sounds like I'd like to try to do something like that.
Okay, all right. So then to the charge of speeding 64 and a 50, how do you plead, sir?
So that would be no contest?
That's one of them, yes. Now I'm gonna ask you 4 questions. Okay, do you have a valid driver's license?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, do you have insurance?
Yes, sir.
Have you taken the defensive driving class in the last 12 months to get a ticket dismissed?
No, sir.
Okay, and can you pay $144 today?
Yes.
How about, sure, do I got to do it right now, or is there a number I can call and pay it over the phone or something?
Yes.
You
I'm
can pay it with
gonna give you some numbers.
That's the 83.
I'm
That's
sorry?
the 837 number. That's the 837 number. 3704.
That's correct.
Okay, so and they'll be in till 3:30 this afternoon or so.
How late can they call in, Clarissa?
I'll probably be here till closer to 5.
Closer to 5.
Right. Do you want me to pay it right now, or can I call that in later on?
As long as it's before 5 o'clock.
Okay, well, I can pay it right now. Is there somebody you got to switch me to, or?
No, no.
No,
what
you'd
we're
have to
gonna
call
do is
in.
that I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you, and then you're gonna call that number and they'll take the fee.
Okay, and then how do I find out what's next?
They'll give you all the
They'll send me some.
instructions that you need.
Well, will somebody inform? Will they send something in the mail, or
Yes,
is this all on the phone now?
Well,
they'll help you by phone, sir. They'll take care of it.
Okay. All right. So I'll call that number right now and get this $145 knocked out.
yeah, okay, it's actually 144.
Okay, you got it.
Okay, sir, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you, so just go ahead and call that number.
Thank you. You have a good day.
Thank you, sir, you too.
All right.
All right, now let's get Mr. Mead back in. Okay, Mr. Mead, you had a chance to visit with Eric Conlon?
I don't think so, Your Honor. I think it was,
Who did you
Justin
visit with?
Cortez.
Justin Cortez.
I haven't had a chance to talk to him.
Okay, Mr. Cortez, can you hear us?
No, it's Mr. Conlon.
He's on.
Oh, yeah, just
Mr.
stand by,
Conlon's
Mr.
going to go in with John next.
Right.
Oh yeah, I haven't talked to that guy yet.
But you need to bring Mr. Cortez back in.
I closed the room, so he should be coming back soon.
So I'm still waiting. Just wait.
Yeah, just wait, Mr. Conlon.
Okay. All right. That's what I need to know.
Okay, did we lose Mr. Cortez?
He's in the breakout.
I forgot to change it to 15 seconds again.
Oh, okay.
So it's giving him 60 seconds now.
There it is.
There he is. Okay, Mr. Cortez, can you hear me, sir? Okay, Mr. Cortez, Mr. Mead, have you all been able to reach an agreement?
What happened, Your Honor, was Mr. Cortez told me that the officer weighed his vehicle and that it was under the weight it needed to require a commercial driver's license. And he has decided he would like to plead not guilty and set his case for non-jury.
Correct.
Okay. Non-jury? Okay.
Yes, sir, non-jury.
Okay, Mr. Cortez, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and excuse you, but then you need to call those numbers that I gave you so they can put you on a non-jury docket and give you further instructions.
Can you repeat that number? Because you was breaking out when you
Sure.
said it.
Sure, it's the area code 210-837-3704.
And that is to the
Courthouse.
courthouse. Okay.
Okay, repeat that number back to me to make sure you have it.
I was gonna Google it. The courthouse out in China Grove.
No, that won't work.
Yeah, that won't work.
Oh, what? All right, hold on 1 second.
John, would you like me to send you and Eric Conlon to the breakout room right now?
That's fine. I think I'm done with this.
Okay, I'm going to send you right now.
All right, thank you.
I'm looking for a pen right now. Hold on 1 second. All right, sir. What was the number again?
Okay, it's 210
210
837
837
3704.
3704. Okay.
Just call that number and they'll give you further instructions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Cortez, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, and then finally we have Mr. Miguel Juan Hernandez. Okay, you want to go ahead and unmute him?
Sir.
Mr. Hernandez, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez, you have 2 tickets, sir. One of them is failure to maintain financial responsibility, and you have a failure to report change of address or name. Okay, and let's see, you're under the age of 25, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, to the charge of failed to maintain financial responsibility, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, And to the charge of failed to report change of name, how do you plead?
Guilty as well.
Okay. And sir, what did you want to do with your citations?
Can I make like a payment arrangement or something?
Sure, yeah, we can do that. Okay, so let me do this.
Or how much would it cost me to pay it off today?
Okay, well, the failed to report change of name is 116. Okay, and then the insurance ticket, I'm gonna go ahead and reduce that to $200.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now can you pay that today? Or are you can you pay one today and we can give you time on the other, or what would you like to do?
So the total will be $316 for
Yes.
both.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and pay it off today.
Okay, very good. Okay, so it's going to be a total of $316. And we're going to enter a finding of guilty to the charge of failure to maintain financial responsibility and guilty on failure to report a change of name or address. Okay, sir, I'm going to go ahead and release you. Did you write down those numbers that I gave you at the beginning of the docket?
Yes, there's the 210-837-3704.
That is correct. Yes. If you would call that number, they'll give you further instructions.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you, sir. You're excused.
All right. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. You too.
Judge,
Yes.
do you want to go ahead and start the 1:30 meeting, see if anybody's there at that ID, and then we'll do the 2 o'clock one as soon as possible?
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
But are you waiting for John to get back? Is that all of them, Carissa?
We're waiting on John to get back with the decision on the last one.
Okay.
They're in the breakout rooms, just us for now, out here.
How many individuals on the?
It looks like 4 people waiting.
Okay. What? Who's one? What's their?
I don't know. They're all phone numbers.
Okay. There's Mr. Mead.
Okay,
Are we the last with it? We're it?
we're it. I went ahead and closed the room and it's going to close in 8 seconds to bring Mr. Conlon back.
Mr. Conlon.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Conlon has not, this is his first appearance on this case, Your Honor. He, like a lot of people, doesn't have a job. He's waiting on his unemployment. He wants a reset.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and grant the reset. Mr. Conlon, any hopes of any job coming anytime soon?
I've been looking. I haven't really had anything. I've been in touch with unemployment. We're trying to. I know it was approved, but as far as getting the payment in, I haven't got it yet. I'm still waiting, and I mean, I'm pretty sure you heard all the stories about that stuff. So it's very true. That side goes down more than a hooker on payday. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting. I'm in a waiting game. I'm hoping to get a job here soon. It's just, I mean, everybody's real cautious right now, understandably.
Yeah. Okay. So can we give him 60 days?
Yes, I'll reset for 60 days.
Yeah, we're going to reset you for 60 days, Mr. Conlon, and then
We'll mail it. Excuse me, we'll mail the paperwork to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. You're excused.
So where are we at right now? We got 3 people in the waiting room.
We actually have, oh, one's gone. Yeah, we have 3. There were 4. I'm not sure what happened. So that's for the 1:30 docket. So I'm going to go ahead and admit them and get their information because they're all phone numbers. Yes.
They're not coming in. Oh, do you have some for this?
I have 3. Yeah, 3 of
And
them.
they have this ID number.
Yes.
Okay, I brought you
I'm gonna
2
admit them now.
jackets.
Yeah. Oh, maybe the other ones are with Judy's. I'm gonna admit this one real quick and see what his name is.
Okay.
Somebody sent me to a breakout room.
Uh-oh.
So we're done with the 1 o'clock docket?
Correct.
We're moving, and we did Mr. Conlon on the 1:30.
Yeah, I marked him as number 1 on the 1:30, so we'll start with number 2.
What we did was we got a hold of some of the 1:30 and 2 o'clock and gave them this meeting ID, but some
Hopefully
of
the
them
others will
didn't get it.
call. Yeah, maybe
Huh?
the others will call us at our number and we can.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're the 1:30 ones, the ones that are in the waiting room are probably 1:30 ones, right?
Yeah.
And there's somebody on an iPhone here.
Okay, I just brought that one in. Let me unmute him. Hi, can I go ahead and get your name, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Brianna Williams.
Brianna Williams is number 1, Judge and John?
Yes.
Okay, hold one moment, okay? We're gonna admit a couple more people to court.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Actually, let's mark her as number 2.
The person that's, I'm sorry?
Let's mark her as number 2. Mr. Conlon, I marked him as 1.
Oh, okay.
So let's mark her as 2.
He's number 2, okay. The number ending in 641, what is your name?
Amanda Husted. Are you on mute?
Oops. Amanda, what's your last name?
Husted, H-U-S-T-E-D.
She's on the 2 o'clock dockets.
Okay.
So she'll be number 3.
Yes.
Change her name real quick so I don't get these people mixed up.
I think I lost my 3 o'clock, no 2 o'clock docket.
Uh-oh.
Where the heck?
Okay, the number ending in 770, what is your name?
Joe Ramos.
Joe Anthony Ramos?
Yes, ma'am.
He is on the 2 o'clock docket as well.
Somehow I lost my 2 o'clock docket.
Can you print it? Can you print it again?
I'll be back in a minute, I'll print it.
Okay,
We'll mark Mr. Ramos as number 4.
number 4, okay. Okay, and it looks like that's all we have so far.
That's it? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, very good. Okay, and we're recording?
Yes, we're still recording and it's still live.
Okay, very good. Okay, first of all, this is Lawrence G. Morales. I'm the judge here in the city of China Grove. And thank you for showing up for your court docket today. Before we actually get started, I just want to give a few instructions. These recordings, these proceedings are not recorded, so do not record these proceedings. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of phone numbers that I need for you all to write down, because after we get done with your case, you're going to have to call the court and wait for further instructions. Okay, is everybody?
Okay, let me get a sheet of paper real quick.
Okay.
Okay, there you go now.
Okay, is everybody ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay, the first number is 210-3837-3704. Let me repeat that. 210-837-3704. The second number is 210-648-5666. 4923. Okay, so after we get done with your cases, I'm gonna excuse you, but y'all have to call that number for further instructions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Okay, now, the cases that we hear at this level are Class C misdemeanors, which means that they are criminal in nature, okay? Now, when I call your case, I'm gonna ask you to enter a plea. Okay, the 3 pleas that you need to be concerned with is 1, your plea of guilty, where you admit the charges filed against you, your plea of not guilty, where you deny the charges filed against you, or your plea of no contest, where you neither want to admit it nor deny it. You just want to go forward with the case and take care of it hopefully today. For our purposes here, there is no difference between the guilty plea and the no contest plea. Now, as I mentioned earlier, these cases are Class C misdemeanors, which means that they trigger your constitutional right to have a trial by jury or by a judge. Okay, now that's a right that you have. Now, there are other certain rights under the Constitution that I'm going to read off to you. First of all, you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything to incriminate yourself. When I ask you, how do you plead? Okay, you do not have to plead guilty, or you do not have to plead no contest. Okay. Now, you also have a right to cross-examine the state's witnesses with regard to the citation, and you also have a right to bring in witnesses to testify on your behalf. If you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, you're waiving these rights, and you're basically admitting guilt either by a guilty plea or a no contest plea. Okay. Now, if you enter a plea of not guilty and you want a jury trial, all you have to do is say, I want a trial, a non-jury trial. I want the judge to hear it. We will put you on a non-jury docket at a later date. And then on the non-jury docket is we'll have the trial. It's very important that you show up for your non-jury trial, because if you do not, there will be a warrant issued for your arrest. If you enter a plea of not guilty and have a jury trial, what that basically means is that we bring in citizens from the city of China Grove that will sit in judgment with regard to innocence or guilt. And you also have a right that in the event that a jury finds you guilty, then you can go to the jury for punishment, or you can go to the judge for punishment. Those are the rights that you have, and that's your choice, okay? Now, if you request a jury trial, you will be required to make 2 appearances. The first appearance is a pretrial conference. The purpose of that is to address any legal issues that need to be discussed before the trial itself. It's important that you show up for that, because once again, if you do not show up, there will be a warrant issued for your arrest. Now, the second setting is the actual trial, and that's where we bring in citizens from the city of China Grove. Now, if you miss that court date, not only will there be a warrant issued for your arrest, but we have to try it all over again. We have to go through the same process, bring in jurors, and you can be assessed as a penalty the cost that the city incurred to set up that trial. But let's say, for example, you were to miss your jury trial date, then we had to do it all over again. Jury found you not guilty, but then you're facing a big bill because you didn't show up the first time. And the only reason I say this is because I want to make sure that you put it somewhere that you're not going to miss your jury trial date. Okay. Now, let me see here. It looks like we do not have any commercial driver's license. Okay, and we do have some under the age of 25. Okay, we have 1 individual. Okay, for that individual, if you have a moving violation and you want your case dismissed, you will be required to take a defensive driving class. Okay, now, if you're not interested in the defensive driving class, then we can consider probation, but being under the age of 25, you still have to take the class. So the less expensive way to go would be is to take the defensive driving class. Okay, now for everyone else, there's 2 ways to get a ticket dismissed. The first way and the least expensive way is to take a defensive driving class. That's going to run you the court cost. That's all you pay the court. But whatever school you select, they're going to charge you a fee of about $50. And pay that to the school. And then you're gonna have to get a copy of your driving record. That's gonna run you $10 if you do it in person or by mail. It'll be $12 if you do it online. If you turn all that in within the 90-day period, then the case gets dismissed. The second way is what we call deferred disposition, and that's nothing more than probation. Deferred disposition, though, is discretionary with the court. I can grant it, or I don't have to grant it if I don't want to. However, if I do grant the deferred disposition, in other words, I grant the probation, you will have to pay a special expense fee, and you will be put on probation anywhere from 1 day to 180 days. And as long as you satisfy all the terms of the probation, then the case would get dismissed, does not get reported to the Department of Public Safety. Now, if you're here and all you do is want to pay the fine, but you don't have the money, let us know. We will do the paperwork and we will give you 30 days to pay the fine or fines. If you pay the fine or fines within the 30 days, you're done. However, if you go beyond the 30 days, you will be put on a time payment plan, but there will be a time payment fee of $15 per violation added to the total, okay? All right, so at this time, what I want to do for those individuals that are in the virtual courtroom at this time, I want you to raise your right hand and go ahead, and I'm going to administer the oath. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give in this case to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, very good. Same thing with regard to Mrs. Huff. Did you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, and Mr. Ramos, did you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, y'all can put your hands down. Now, of course, if you enter a plea of not guilty, then there will be no admission of guilt or no contest plea. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let's see, we have, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with Brianna Williams. Ms. Williams, can you hear me okay, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Williams, you have two cases. One is a failure to maintain financial responsibility as a second offense. To that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty, okay. And then you have also a charge of having an expired registration. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about the registration first, ma'am. Did you renew the registration on that vehicle within 20 business days from the date of the offense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you paid the tax assessor the fee, did you pay their delinquent fee penalty? Remember that?
I'm not too sure. I don't recall.
Okay. Do you have the receipt showing that you paid the registration fee?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have it with you?
Let me see. 1 second. I believe I do. Give me 1 second.
Melissa, what she's looking, what is the date of the offense?
I'm sorry, Judge. Her offense date was February 21st, and she was in a construction zone with workers present.
Okay, February 21st.
Yes, sir, I have it.
Okay, you did have it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Williams, what was the date that you renewed the registration?
The same day, February 21st of 2020.
Okay. Now, in that receipt, if it has the itemized charges, do you see something that says delinquent penalty? It should be like about $10.75 or something like that.
I'm sorry, what does it say again?
It should say delinquent penalty or late penalty.
No, sir, I don't see a penalty on here.
You do not see it? Okay.
No, sir.
Okay, let me tell you what we need to do. Clarissa, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the answer to your question, no, not for this offense.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Miss, let me give you your options, okay? Now, what the law requires is two things on an expired registration. One, that you renew it within 20 business days, which you did. The second one is you have to pay the tax assessor a penalty for having gotten a ticket while your registration was expired. That runs you about $10.75, give or take a few pennies there. Okay.
Okay.
Now, in order for me to dismiss it for $20, I would need for you to pay that penalty to the tax assessor. Okay. So this is the option. I can reset your case and give you a chance to go pay it, bring us back the receipt. Or if you don't want to do that, I would have to assess the fine of $116. So what do you want me to do?
I can pay the tax person.
Okay, so you want to go ahead and get a reset?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so we're going to go ahead and reset both cases, okay, for 30 days.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll take care of both of them at the same time. Okay? Now,
yes, sir.
what I need for you to do, Ms. Williams, you need to call the clerk of one of those two numbers that I gave you, and they'll give you a reset date.
Okay.
Okay? All right, do you have any questions? Any questions?
No, sir.
All right, yeah, I'm excusing you, so you can go ahead and shut off.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Amanda, is
Yes, sir.
okay. All righty. Okay, Ms. Huss, you have a charge of possession of drug paraphernalia. Okay, for that charge, how do you plead?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Okay. Now, did you want a trial in front of a judge or a jury?
Just a non-jury trial.
Non-jury. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set you for a non-jury docket.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and excuse you, but you need to call the clerk at those numbers that I gave so they can give you a call setting.
Okay. Okay.
Any questions, Ms. Huss?
I'm sorry.
Any
No,
questions?
sir.
Okay, one final thing. When you do get your trial date, if you have any witnesses that you want to bring, go ahead and bring them with you. Now, the officers will be there, so you do not have to subpoena them.
Okay.
Okay? All right. With that, I'm
Okay,
going to go
thank
ahead. Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now finally we have Mr. Joe Anthony Ramos. Mr. Ramos, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Ramos, you have two violations. One is a failure to maintain financial responsibility. And then the second one is a clearance lights not visible sufficient distance. To the charge of failure to maintain financial responsibility, how do you plead?
That's guilty.
Okay, and with regard to the clearance lights not visible for sufficient distance, how do you plead?
That's guilty as well.
Okay, and Mr. Ramos, what did you want to do with these citations, sir?
I was hoping to possibly pay them. I did fax over a copy of the insurance that I had gotten the day after the citation.
Okay.
As far as the clearance lights, that issue has been resolved. It was a plastic coating on the tail lights that was removed. It was dark, like darkened.
Okay, and how did you do that? How did
It
you
was It was plastic dip. It's like a plastic spray paint that peels off.
Did you do that yourself, or you had someone do it for you?
No, that was myself, sir.
Okay, and, all right. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about the insurance ticket first, and then we'll come back to the clearance lights. Now, as I understand it, sir, with regard to the actual date of the offense, there was no valid insurance in effect at that time. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, all right. Now, and as I understand it, you have insurance now.
Yes, it
Okay.
was effective the very next day.
Okay, very good. Okay, now let me tell you what your options are. Okay. Unfortunately, because on the day of the violation, you didn't have any insurance, and then you bought it afterwards, I can't dismiss the violation for that day that you didn't have insurance.
Yes.
So these are your two options. If you want to pay a reduced fine of $200, I can go ahead and lower it to $200. Unfortunately, that would go on your record though. The other option to keep it off your record is to be placed on deferred with a deferred fee of $300, and then you have to maintain insurance for 6 months. Okay. So,
Okay.
what would you want to do with regard to that violation, the insurance violation?
You said I'm writing this down. You said 300 for 300, and it's 6 months with insurance,
Yes.
and it wouldn't be on the record.
Yeah, that would be probation, and as long as you maintain that, then it'll wind up being dismissed. Now, at the end of 6 months, you would have to show us that there was no lapse in coverage.
Yes.
And if that turns out to be the case, then it'll be dismissed, doesn't get reported.
Okay, yeah, I can go ahead and do that and pay the $300 fee.
Well, when can you pay it?
Possibly I could pay within 14 days.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to reset your case for 30 days. Okay, you can come in and pay it anytime before those 30 days, and then if you do that, then you don't have to come back to court in 30 days. But if you don't pay it before the 30 days, then you have to be back in court in 30 days. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And with regard to the clearance lights violation, and I'm afraid that might be considered a moving violation, sir. So that if you pay a fine on that, you could possibly, it would go on your record. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say I can place you on deferred on that one. I'm going to assess right now the recommended fine is $219. I'm going to go ahead and set it at a deferred fee of $175 plus 30 days.
Okay, so in total with both of those is $475.
That's correct. And I'm going to go ahead and reset that one for 30 days to give you some time to come up with that money.
Yes, sir.
Okay, will that work for you?
Yes, that'll work. That'll work.
Okay. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Now, if you take care of them before the 30 days, then you don't have to appear in court. Now, once I excuse you, if you'll call the clerk at those numbers that I gave you, and they'll give you further instructions.
Okay, and that's regarding the 6 month deferred probation period.
That's well, now on the insurance ticket, it's for 6 months. Okay. And you have to maintain insurance for 6 months. Now on the lights violation, it's only 30 days. So at the end of 30 days, once you pay your deferred fee, then it'll be dismissed after 30 days.
Okay, but the 6 months for that one, the insurance to be dismissed, it would be the 6 months with coverage.
That's correct. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna give you a reset 6 months down the road, and that's when you're gonna bring us all your receipts showing that you maintain the insurance.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay, do you have any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, very good. So I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you, but just make sure you call the clerk.
Oh, yes, I will. You have a very good day, sir.
Okay, you too. Thank you for participating, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, Judge, just to clarify, he has 30 days to pay both of those in full?
No, no,
And
no.
if not, no.
Yes,
No.
yes, that is correct. Yes.
Okay, 30 days to pay both of them in full. If not, he needs to appear in court on the reset date.
That is correct.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, if we can go ahead and get off of YouTube.